about the IoT success stories. Now, I know that you have to be a little bit confidential because of your clientele, but without revealing too many names and too many specifics, first of all, what's the state of IoT right now based on what you're seeing at Realcomm?
So, first of all, this conference is fantastic. A lot of new things I've seen. IoT for building is still nascent. We know that it's hard to deploy, especially in existing buildings.
Right.
So when you have the opportunity like we had at Intel to build a brand new building in India, it was a showcase for us to display and use the latest technology. Many vendors are involved, and we were able to put together a real IoT architecture and giving a lot power to the employees. So employees come in the building, before they leave home, they reserve their office because a lot of people there are mobile worker.
Yeah.
And they are not surprised that the desk is taken because it's actually a sensor telling them the desk is available.
Right.
In real time. So there's a lot of innovation like this. We give them the capability to select the temperature, the lighting, even though, of course, our main goal was to save energy, as usual, and we find out that giving the employee those choices, empower them, give them more productivity, and doesn't degrade the energy saving that we had anticipated.
Right. What are some of the other things? First of all, to what do you attribute the success of Intel being able to deploy this kind of technology?
So the big part of Intel, we did it in the PC industry. We all about standardization, opening data, opening applications. So when you look at the PC world today, if you have a USB port, you can plug a lot of device.
Sure.
It's the same principle in the building. In the past, it has been very hard to plug and play lighting, HVAC, and so forth. So the success that I see here today is a lot more open platform. Standards like Haystack is key. And we showcase on our booth another success story with CBRE. We are helping CBRE use virtual environment. So this is also another big trend in IT. It is to virtualize your applications, your
Right.
device even, and then be able to present unified information, what we call a single pane of glass. So if you look at what we've done with CBRE, a building owner operator can see everything from the physical infrastructure, the energy saving, the tenant situation, the security situation, without having to go anywhere in different applications. So to me, that's the key to success, is making it look like one big application.
The ease of use, the elegance of the interface. Anything else that is a secret of why Intel is working?
So easiness, not only the fact that you can see information, but also the what's going on in the background, meaning how do you help people maintain this equipment, manage the device. The last thing you want is that by deploying new IT technology, you create new problems, and it becomes more actually costly to maintain the IT infrastructure.
Right.
So a lot of things we're working on is being able to do, for example, over-the-air update. So you have to deploy a patch for security reason. You don't have to travel to the basement. You don't have to travel to every site. You do it from your desk, and it uses the network to update your system, just like you would update your iPhone.
Right. Fantastic. Are there any other success stories that you look to in the last 12 to 18 months where you go, wow, that's Intel at its finest?
What I like is the nuggets, the little use case. They don't have to be big stories.
Right.
We have a partner who deployed a system in high-rise buildings that are not so occupied in Dubai. And it was interesting because they have a lot of fire alarms that are false alarms.
Why?
Whatever reason, but the problem was,
Maybe the
how can
heat.
we avoid the fireman to go to the building and find
Sure.
out, oh, this is a false alarm. So what he did, he used our technology to take the video, take the fire safety system and connect the two so that when a fire alarm comes off, the fireman can turn on the video,
Wow.
see if there's smoke or anything before dispatching. That's a nugget of a success story. Another big success story is really at a very granular level, correlate the number of occupants coming in and out the building.
Yeah.
So that you know exactly how many people are in. You can tune your, because you may have a big meeting and suddenly your AC has to go up, or maybe it's a special holiday and it was not pre-scheduled. So having a more real-time counting of people coming in, and this was achieved with a camera that counts people, very low-cost camera that counts people, of course, without knowing, being able to recognize, but just counting them, and doing the traditional infrared was not sufficient enough because you would miss a lot of people.
Sure. And do you partner with the camera company? Is it just someone?
So yes, we partner in the sense that we enable them. So Intel doesn't sell solution. We help our partner build and sell solutions. So we partner with them saying, hey, if you want to do that kind of video processing, you should use an accelerator like Movidius, which is one of our products. It looks like a stick, a USB stick, and they plug that behind the camera to offload the video processing to the Movidius. And again, I'd love to say the name, but I'm always...
No, it's fair to be conservative.
They're known, they're here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that people need to know about what Intel is doing to innovate IoT in the building space?
So as I mentioned in the plenary session, we're going a step farther now. We're saying there's a need for a data management platform so that we actually have a real building information model. So the building information model means that when you read a temperature in a room, you actually know it's 70 Fahrenheit, it's this particular room at this particular time, and you don't need to know the sensor or the system reading that sensor. The data becomes self-describing.
Yes.
And this is the principle of Haystack. This is the principle of this new standard of contextual semantic, it's called. And that will allow the total decoupling of sensors to application. And what we're doing is we're showing the way by having a data management platform that we make available at zero cost license. So that you can build your solution using this fundamental IoT paradigm, which is any sensors can talk to any applications, and everything is converging to one information model.
Powerful. Someone is looking at really getting involved in IoT. They really want to start going there. They've got all of these possibilities. What do you say to them to get them to understand what Intel can do?
Well, we said first, think strategically, and we can help people look at it from a architecture point of view, system architecture. Think big. What do you see would be your end state if you had the perfect smart building? And we can map it. We do this a lot with, we have a sales team that really act as consultative sales, using their experience they had with talking to many customers. So we can share experience from our own experience, but we also have a lot of building owners that are willing to talk about how they work with Intel. And then once we have that architecture, we can help them essentially shop around, saying, okay, for this particular use case, here's some solutions that we have endorsed, and we documented them. They're available on our website, and you can go directly to them and be sure that they work very well on Intel. So we de-risk a bit the selection of solutions by having them pre-validated in our ecosystem. So that's a very powerful tool that we make available at zero cost. We're not consultant, we're just enabling our partners into the market.
That's fantastic. It really sounds like the true definition of what a partner should be. Someone who is not pressuring you to do anything, but just empowering you to do what it is you want. Well, thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for the contribution of both you and Intel.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thierry Godart, GM of Intel.